All right, let's dive in. So you know how we're practically swimming in AI-generated text these days, right? Well, a whole new challenge is popping up, and it's all about making that AI writing totally invisible. Think of it like this high-tech game of hide and seek, and today we're going to figure out how it's played.
So it all kicks off with this one line right here, and this comes straight from our source material. This isn't just a simple question, though. It's basically a mission statement. Here's how you make AI sound human so no one can tell. And that one idea? Whoa. It throws open the doors to a massive conversation about tech, about detection, and really about what writing even is anymore.
And this really gets to the heart of it. You see, for every super smart AI that can whip up an essay or an email, there's another tool being built to sniff it out. This has kicked off a pretty fascinating cat and mouse game online, where the goal is always to stay just one step ahead of the detectors.
Which brings us to what we're calling the detection dilemma. Because for a lot of people, getting your AI-assisted work flagged isn't just a small problem. It can have some pretty serious, real-world consequences.
So let's ask the obvious question. Why would anybody even want to do this? I mean, at first glance, it sounds a little sneaky, right? But when you actually dig into why people are doing it, like our source material does, the picture gets a lot more complicated. The reasons are actually super practical, and they come from some very real fears. Okay, so what we're looking at here are the two big reasons people are doing this. On one hand, you've got students and writers. Maybe they're just using AI to brainstorm or get unstuck, you know? But if an automated checker flags their work, bam, they could get hit with plagiarism accusations, and that's a huge deal. Then, on the other side, you have the whole world of SEO and content creation. People are worried that search engines will start penalizing sites for using AI content, and that could tank their traffic and their business. So you see, it's two totally different fields, but they're both driven by the exact same fear.
So, with that dilemma in mind, this whole new skill set is starting to pop up. This is the how-to section of our story. Let's take a look at the actual techniques people are using to become masters of this invisible AI.
Yeah, it's gotten so specific, it even has a name, GPTHuman optimization. And this is the key part. This is not just about a quick grammar check. It's a full-on strategy. It means looking at how the detection systems work and then tweaking the AI's output on purpose, changing up sentence lengths, word choices, maybe even throwing in a few quirks, all just to fly under the radar.
And the method is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, you generate your text with an AI. Step 2, you apply these humanization best practices. That's the secret sauce. And then step 3, and this is the most important part, you test it. You run it through the detectors. If it gets flagged, you go right back to step 2 and try again. It's this constant loop, all designed for one single goal: invisibility.
Now, none of this is happening in a bubble. A single guide like this is really just one tiny move in a much, much bigger game. A lot of people have started calling it a humanization arms race.
And this really captures that feeling, this escalating cycle. The AIs get better and better at sounding human, so the detection tools have to get smarter to catch them. But as soon as the detectors get smarter, people develop new techniques to get around them. Each side is just constantly forcing the other to get better. And there's that feedback loop in action. The AI text improves, so the detectors have to improve. The improved detectors lead to smarter ways to dodge them. It's this back and forth that's making the technology on both sides advance like crazy. And it's getting harder and harder for anyone to spot the difference.
Which of course leads us to the biggest question of all. When you've got this kind of technological arms race going on, where does it end? What's the end game for all of us who read stuff and write stuff every single day? And here's the big takeaway. The end result of this whole race might not be a clear winner at all. It might just be a future where that line between what a human wrote and what an AI wrote just disappears. We're heading towards a point where even the best tools out there might not be able to tell with 100% certainty. And this is where we're going to leave it, with this one last, really big question. I mean, think about it. If an AI can write so perfectly human that you can't tell the difference, I'm talking style, creativity, even its little mistakes, then what does authentic writing even mean? Does it matter who or what wrote the words, or is it just the ideas themselves that count? That's the puzzle we're all going to have to solve as this stuff keeps changing everything.